It's 94.9 KCMO, Kelly and Mackenzie in the morning, and we got to welcome, so excited to have her on our show, Tamara Day from Bargain Mansions. Welcome to 94.9, Tamara. So good to have you here.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Now, for people who haven't watched the show, and my girls watch, it's like an all-day long fest, and they got me kind of hooked. But tell us about you're a Salina girl, K-State grad, you got a degree in communications. Obviously, if you could school us there, because me and Mackenzie have zero communication skills, tell us a little bit about how you got into this.
Well, it was kind of being at the right place at the right time and being prepared for the luck that came, right? Like growing up on a farm, I knew how to work with my hands, renovating houses with my husband, and rental houses that we had done over the years. I just was kind of loving construction, but also once I got the houses done, I'm like, but they could look so much better. They don't just need drywall. They need wallpaper and really great lights and really great tile. And so I just became passionate about design. And through that, we bought our first bargain mansion that I'm sitting in right now and is again under construction. You might hear the construction happening right above me actually right now, but we bought this in '08 during the crisis. It was a foreclosure and had been just really left to fall down, quite frankly. But we fell in love with the property, fell in love with the layout of the house and had to make it our own. But then everything went in the tank mid-fall and we had to figure out how to get it done. So I started literally laying hardwood floors myself and sanding the woodwork and staining the woodwork, painting the things, whatever I could do to save a penny, I did it.
You had no idea this was going to turn into a national TV show with you as the star, with your dad. I mean, it's amazing what's happened. It's out of Kansas City.
Yeah, God works in mysterious ways, right? Like at the time, it certainly didn't feel like it was going to turn into a TV show. But here we are, and it's been a crazy wild ride that has been a lot of fun.
It's so cool that you're saving these beautiful mansions. I'm afraid to do any kind of work around my house because if I designed a house, I would design it and it would have no closets or doorknobs or something because I just don't know how to put that stuff together. But if people are going to take on a big renovation, what are the first couple of steps they should look at?
Budget. Number one thing is budget. What is your neighborhood maxing out at, right? Like, so what's your top value in the neighborhood? Where are you at in your investment? And how much room do you have for improvements, right? So that's the number one thing. And then the second thing you want to do is get on board with a financing. So Nutter Home Loans is fantastic for lining up that financing for you to help pay for those renovations. And knowing exactly what the difference is between where you're at and where you're going before you've ever picked up a hammer is the number one step you want to make sure you do. I go ahead.
I love the fact that Nutter is based here in Kansas City. You're based here in Kansas City, and they really are a phenomenal company. They do great work.
Exactly. And they're not only local, but they're national. And I love working with local but national companies. I'm local but national, and so are they. It's really nice.
You live in Kansas City and you remodel here. What is your favorite part of Kansas City to find these homes? I know you go Hyde Park or Brookside or Waldo. These areas have all been picked through. Are there any little nuggets that you're finding around our metro now that are kind of cool and easy to remodel?
We've done a couple out in Lee Summit that have been really fun. And no, nothing is ever easy to remodel. But yes, I love the Hyde Park area. Always, that's, where my heart for these homes is. But then at the same time, I have a heart for my children that are in Leawood. And so I really like working in Leawood whenever I can. That makes getting home a little easier. And really, it's just about finding the right project at the right time.
Well, another project that you have going on is the store that you have, which is gorgeous, by the way.
Tell us about that. We are having a ton of fun with the retail store. Maybe not the best timing ever, but we are loving having the store. It's been great to have a physical presence in Kansas City that people can come and see, touch and feel the furniture, the accessories, the stuff that has actually been in these houses. A lot of the furniture that's on the floor is stuff that we've staged with, and the artwork is all from the houses. So it's really fun for people to get that experience. It's a little taste of what we're doing. And then we also have our design services in the back. So we design for clients as well as the show. And we have e-design platforms that we can work with people coast to coast. We have literally projects from California to New York. So we work on everything in between. And then we always direct everybody, you know, when we're giving you all these fabulous plans for your house, how are you going to pay for it? And you can sign up for a Nutter home loan and easy access to the financing you might need to make all the visions in my head come true for your house.
We really have the best stuff here in Kansas City. You got your store, we've got Nutter, they're easy to work with. And I want you to know, yesterday I discovered that the plumber who had done work here years ago and somehow had gotten covered, we have a hole in the wall. So somehow I found the gaping hole. I used the wrong tape to try to fix the sheetrock, and then I used the wrong joint compound. But you through trial and error, you figured out how to make this work, and it really is beautiful, the work you and your dad do. I mean, the show is pretty amazing, and I got hooked with my daughters. I just want to say thank you for being an inspiration. I'm going to go up there, I'm going to buy the right tape, I'm going to get the right compound, and I'm going to try to make it right today. And honestly, watching the show, and the show's back on, and keep doing what you do. I love hooking up with you and Nutter. I was fortunate enough to be there with Nutter when they opened the national concept. And again, I just like you, love Kansas City people. They get it right, and that's why we trust them.
Absolutely. All right. Well, you keep getting the right tape and all that, because it happens to us all. Don't be discouraged. There's an outtake that's coming.
Blue painting tape. It was blue painting tape, and my wife says, "No, that's not right."
That's not right.
That's not right. We have an outtake. We have the 6 new episodes coming this fall, and then 8 new repack episodes where you get to hear a little bit about what the behind the scenes were of the episodes that came earlier this year. And one of those scenes was my son and I mixing a 2-part epoxy to fill in some wood holes. And it was kind I didn't have, and we were in a hurry. And I just was like, oh, 2-part, pour it in, stir it, and started stirring this. And I'm like, wow, it's like getting hot. What's going on? And I'm like spreading it. I'm like, my gosh, it's setting up like instantly. It was supposed to be little dabs. You're supposed to mix it in little dabs. And I poured the whole thing into the metal container. And I'm like, it's going to burn a hole through my trash can.
Tamara Day from Bargain Mansions, store in town. We're talking about our friends at Nutter. One more quick question before I get out of here. We live out in the woods, and I watch your shows, and it seems like everything is kind of going toward, everything's paint. I like the old wood. We live in like Mackenzie says, we live in a tree house out here. I like a lot of wood. Is that gone? Am I old school by not just painting everything white? What am I doing wrong?
Nothing wrong. I love that. I actually love saving as much original woodwork as I possibly can. Sometimes, I get a lot of flack about this actually, because we will paint it, but a lot of times it's because it's already been ruined. It's already past the point of no return, right? Like it's too dry. If I start sanding on it, it's going to crumble and fall apart. But if I paint it, I'm actually saving it. So I generally, if it is in relatively good condition, we save as much woodwork as we can.
Right. And I love what you say. Perfect is the enemy of done. Right.
Exactly.
Well, I think we're done, and I think you were perfect. So thank you for joining us here. Tamara Day from Bargain Mansions. And again, don't forget about our friends at Nutter. Work local, support you, support Nutter, and all the information, by the way, on our site now. Thanks for taking the time to talk with me and Mackenzie. And you're welcome on our show anytime.
Anytime.
Oh, well, I'll be here anytime. Thank you, guys. It's fun. Go Chiefs.